Whether you want something or not, you attract what you focus on. So if you want a university degree, and if you say you will get it, you will make the choices that lead to that end. You would study, pass each class, and get the degree. But this big change, which sometimes people think isn't big, first began in your mind. You become what you think about, as Stoic philosophers say. In modern times, Earl Nightingale spoke of this teaching. Becoming what you think about isn't new. Buddhists taught this idea for centuries. But in this way, you could also attract negative things in life by focusing on them. Your mind will fixate on certain things, whether they are good or bad. But it's in your control of your mind that makes all things possible. In this way, someone might focus on how they're poor because their parents were, and so they think they will be too. They might even believe there's some generational curse. And if they continue to believe this, then they will act in a way that makes sure they remain poor. If you want to be or have something, you can have it. If you control what your mind focuses on, you could attract more things to be grateful about. But the subconscious mind must believe it to already be true. This may be why affirmations are effective for so many people. The repeated affirmations can help you speak directly to the subconscious mind so that your beliefs, which are in the subconscious, begin to change. And what you believe to be true begins to manifest in the external world. As Bob Proctor mentions, it begins with thoughts, then feelings, then action. Step 1. Write down what you're grateful for. Many successful people teach to write down what you're grateful for at the end of each day. I've been doing this for years personally. It sets you up to attract more things to appreciate. You don't really realize how massive this shift is until you're in awe at all the beautiful things around you, whether big or small. This is probably easiest to experience in nature. When you see massive mountains in the distance, you feel like all your problems have disappeared, at least for a moment. Then you may even notice small things, like a flower, a dog's smile, a sunset, a tree, and much more. I remember one time I was in a strange trance after applying what I had learned from the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Afterward, I was really amazed at very small things, like running water from my sink. You probably would have looked at me and thought I was insane. But it was just a realization of all the beautiful things that I took for granted. And only after reading the book did I understand all these things. Flip a switch and water pours out, almost like magic, but we forget how amazing it is because we're used to it. Show this same sink to someone 1,000 years ago, and they'd be amazed too. But if you showed it to someone 1,000 years ago, they might even call it witchcraft or alchemy. So if you write down what you're grateful for, you begin to see all the beautiful things you already have in your life. Things that you might have only wished for years or decades before. Step 2. Believe change as possible. In order to achieve any goal in your life, you have to believe it's possible. If not, then it won't happen. The subconscious mind, where your beliefs are, must believe your goal is 100% attainable. If you believe you won't get a university degree, then you won't, which could also be because it was something that doesn't align with your true self. This is common. Many people get a certain degree because their parents wanted them to get it. Usually it's a business or a STEM degree. I did this myself. I got a business degree in finance, but I really wanted to do something more creative, like write, which I now do. Some parents want you to be a copy of them, but love lets others be as they wish to be. It's love that allows you to do what makes you happy, not what makes others happy, whether that's a parent or spouse. So your goals should feel natural, and they should align with your beliefs. If you believe yourself to be good at math, you'd get a degree that involves math. If you like a certain trade like carpentry, you go into it not because someone tells you to do it, but because you enjoy it. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. A quote by Gandhi. Step 3. Be open to possibilities and being directed to other prospects. People can be guides, but they shouldn't tell you exactly what to do. I can only guide you to yourself, your true self. But you make the path. It should feel so natural and obvious that you wonder why you missed all the signs. And there are signs if you sit and meditate and explore what is out there. There are endless possibilities, which shouldn't make you feel anxious about what to decide. It opens up a world of endless options that you could choose from. But sometimes you don't get what you want, but what you need. You might want $1 million, but what you needed was to provide value that enables you to eventually earn that $1 million. Like our previous point, you can't achieve something without belief. In order to know what you want, you must learn, experiment, and take action. It's not a failure when you give up on a job you hate to do something you enjoy. If you enjoy what you're doing, your work will be high quality. Then society benefits from people doing jobs they enjoy doing, because that means quality work will be fulfilled. Step 4. Take action through small, achievable goals. Most of us believe we must succeed often. But when you think of the most popular inventors, they mostly failed. An expert is the person who has made all the mistakes that can be made in a very narrow field. A quote by Niels Bohr. I failed at most of my business ventures. Drop shipping, selling photography, writing 20 or so novels, working in the corporate world, I failed at them all. But I enjoyed most of those things. But they were not financially successful jobs. You only need to succeed once, maybe a few times. Of those major successes, there might be many failures, whether small or large. The most important thing is to learn from them and keep going. You will eventually reach a point where you know who you are, what you're good at, and what you need to do to reach your goals. Sometimes this takes time to meditate and think over what your goals are and find what needs to be done. If you narrow things down into small, achievable goals, then it looks easier. It's easier to write one page at a time than write a book in one sitting. You might write one page a day, which is 356 pages a year. That's about 250 words a day, which isn't a lot. You might think you could do more than write 250 words, which would take 15 to 30 minutes. Pretty soon you could be writing 2,000 words, which may take 2 to 4 hours a day. In that case, you could write a novel in a single month. That's all because you divided this big goal into small, achievable goals. The last step puts it all together into the 3 ideas of thoughts, feelings, and actions. Now, to put this all together, we could use what Bob Proctor teaches and apply it in real life. Let's say our goal is to lose weight. We might tell ourselves, I'm losing weight. Then you could feel what it'd feel like to reach your goal. How would you look and feel? Try to visualize your ideal appearance. As Neville Goddard teaches, the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the secret. After changing your thoughts and feelings, we would act in a way to naturally bring about this change. You start looking at healthy food, getting rid of unhealthy foods, and exercising more. Then you'll work out at home or gym, walk more, swim more, whatever it is you prefer. Pretty soon you're losing fat, 1 or 2 pounds a week until you reach your ideal. I call this the finale because thoughts, feelings, and actions are the basis of anything you achieve. If you are fully conscious of what you feel, think, and desire, you can reach your goals in life. It may take far less time than you think. That's because you're taking control of your mind and using it for good. If you provide value, then money follows. To sum up this video, write down what you're grateful for every day. This will help you see all the positive aspects in your life and allow you to attract better things. The second step is to believe change is possible. And the next step is to be open to opportunities, especially ones that you never thought of before. You might get redirected onto a different and better path. And once you know what you want, then make small, achievable goals. Finally, think of what it would feel like to achieve your goal. Act as if you already have what you desire. How does it feel to already have what you desire? That ends the topic of this video. I hope this was helpful. See you in the next one. Take care.